Padilla is the leader of the notorious Los Padillas gang and a convicted killer. He was released from prison today and had a camera crew following him. Those cameras are part of a documentary crew that will be following Padilla for the next year. A man sent to prison for 2 murders and suspected of many more. Here's News 13's Brianna Gallegos.
Arrested in 1999 for killing Fernando Vazquez execution style and putting a hit on Julius Sanchez, Padilla was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Padilla was officially released today after serving 17 years of that sentence. He was welcomed back into the real world by cameras.
I wanted to get my message out was I ain't who I used to be. And it's a long time of changing.
A British documentary maker who was working in the prison in Las Cruces for the popular series on A&E called Behind Bars Rookie Year met Padilla.
Jeff and I met and we would talk every day, and he would tell me about his life and growing up. And slowly and surely I was more and more enchanted by kind of what he'd gone through.
From there, the two agreed to work on a documentary together when he got out. Now released from prison, some people are skeptical the film production will glorify the life Padilla lived that landed him behind bars.
For instance, I ain't here to tell people, well, there was one day when I did this and that and that. I come more to the conclusion by my crimes that I committed is why I had to suffer.
Not everyone is happy about this documentary, but many of those we spoke to today were afraid to speak out publicly, saying they believe Padilla is a dangerous man. In court almost 2 decades ago, Padilla spoke about his committed crimes. He asked his victims' families for forgiveness. Now he says he is a changed man.
I'm sure people have maybe made up their mind, but I would ask them to be just keep in note that people do change.
That was Brianna Gallegos. Now, we did reach out to APD for a response on the documentary. Spokesperson Simon Drobic tells us it's unfortunate that a production company would choose to highlight an individual that caused so much destruction in our community. Highlighting his life undermines the hard work that officers and detectives achieved at the time to put him behind bars. Now, Padilla had originally been released from prison in 2013 on probation, but he violated it 3 times and was sent back in 2015 to finish his sentence. Good afternoon. It's a gang that started in New Mexico prisons, but now prison officials say their violence is spilling into the streets, and its members are using well-known Albuquerque symbols to identify themselves. News 13's Selena Westervelt has the story from the Newsplex.
Kim, they're called the Burquenos, and you might have one of their tattoos without even knowing it.
Which street gang do you belong to?
I don't belong to one.
You don't belong to a street gang?
No.
Got any tattoos on you that prove otherwise?
That prove otherwise?
Yes.
Probably.
A prisoner just brought into the Central Correctional Facility in Los Lunes, and he has the markings of a dangerous gang. They call themselves the Burquenos, or the Burque Boys.
Got the Duke. Got the skyline. Where's your skyline?
They use the city's skyline, the image of the Albuquerque Duke, the Zia symbol, and even Lobo insignia to identify themselves, especially Lobo paw prints.
That paw means something. Now, they had to either commit some kind of a felonious act or an assault for the group to receive those paws.
In the last year, correctional facilities across New Mexico have seen a 40% increase in Burquenos members. They're usually criminals that belong to separate street gangs and rally together behind prison bars.
They try to challenge staff for control of our prisons, for control of the inmate population. They try to intimidation. They charge other inmates rent and, assaults and what have you.
Dwayne Santisteban, who monitors the gang activity for the Corrections Department, says Burquenos are dangerous. He also says they're no longer just a prison gang.
There is a group that we're dealing with in prison that's going to be making it out into the streets eventually. They're going to be coming to your areas. They're going to be coming to your neighborhoods.
Now, Kim, members also get tattoos of 1706, the year Albuquerque was founded. Now, the Correctional Department wants people to know about these familiar tattoos so they understand what they mean and so they can be on the lookout for criminal activity where they are. Kim?
Okay, thanks, Selena. Now, once a Burqueño member or any other gang member is identified inside the prisons, guards separate them from other inmates and monitor them more closely to prevent any problems.
On this episode of Albuquerque Gangland, we'll be profiling the neighborhood Los Padillas, or the Los Padillas gang. It's a very historic, very traditional neighborhood located on the deep South Valley in the deep South Side, all the way down by Pajaritos, down by the Isleta Reservation. Like I said, it's located at the bottom of Isleta Boulevard and Los Padillas Street. Yeah, these guys are a traditional gang, you know, one of the oldest, over 100 years old. They got a lot of members, you know, they keep it tight. There's a lot to say about these guys, you know. They're involved in everything from drug trafficking in large amounts to murder. And, you know, they have their little neighborhood right there by Pajaritos and all the way past Barrio Southside Locos and past Cinco Puntos. All the way down in there. They're all the way at the bottom, man, but they hold their own. Their color is red and yellow, and they sport the Phillies hats, the red Phillies hats, as you can see in this video. And they also, you know, sport the Padre stuff or any stuff with a P or with that Duke City symbol on it also. Yeah, these guys are Albuquerque originals without a doubt. They've been around for over 100 years. The founders of this community in this neighborhood were the Padillas family, which is where it got its name, Los Padillas. The family founders are some of those: Jerry Padilla, Jeffrey Padilla, like you guys seen in the news clip in the beginning there. Like I said, these guys, their color is red, as you see them wearing red here, red and yellow. The Zia symbol, you know, they rock all the Albuquerque skyline. That's all them. That's, again, this is LP, Los Padillas. You can find them down there on the very south side of the South Valley, in the South neighborhood. Yeah, and like I said, this is a historic neighborhood, one of the oldest in Albuquerque and in New Mexico in general. A lot of these guys fall into the Burquenos set when they get to prison because they're an original Albuquerque LP gang. Like I said, they're right there in the bottom of the South Valley, at the very bottom by Pajaritos and the bottom of Isleta Boulevard. These are the original Southsiders. They wear red and yellow, representing the New Mexico flag, the Zia symbol. And yeah, here's some of their guys right here. Got a lot of members. You know, they're down for whatever. Old school neighborhood. Shout out to Los Padillas, you know. They've been around a long time. Johnny Tapia's father and himself, they were part of Los Padillas community and gang. Mi Vida Loca, that's Johnny Tapia. He came out of there. And I also want to give a shout out to a few guys I know from there. I want to give a shout out to Duke, to Grinch, to Sleepy. We actually got an interview with Sleepy coming up next. I want you guys to stick around and check that out. Shouts out to Little Shotgun, Sean Morales. Shouts out to Rocky Loco. Yeah, man, shout out to all those guys right there. And shout out to the Padillas, the family. Yeah, and this is Los Padilla gang, you know. They have their community right there on the very bottom of the South Valley. Isleta Boulevard to be exact. And Los Padillas. Right there they have their community center. And yeah, they're almost all the way down in the reservation right there, the Isleta Reservation. And they stay tight. They represent the LP for Los Padilla community. And these guys are against TC, as you can see right here, like everyone else in Albuquerque. They got them in their sights, you know. And, yeah, these guys represent. Definitely one of the oldest gangs with a lot of members. And they represent Burque. And these guys are one of the major players in the Burquenos, as you've seen in those news clips in the beginning there. So shout out to all the guys right here from Los Padilla. This is a quick, you know, recap of the Los Padilla gang. Historic community, big ruthless gang out of the south side of Albuquerque. Yeah, these guys are Southsiders, LP. They wear that red and yellow. Shout out to Los Padillas off Isleta Boulevard. You guys go ahead and check out the rest of this video. Check out their interview they have next and a couple music videos they have.
I kill softly. Niggas like to talk shit, but I just cock and squeeze. Fucking emergency, yes, I'm a cold red, a threat to society. They say I'm hopeless. Send a nigga to the ER with the fucking throat slit. Pull the trigger on the AR, plus the whole clip. Words to the wise, my lyrics is literal. It ain't no surprise, these critics is cynical. Look in my eyes and you see a fucking criminal. Killer from the low side, bullets got no cereal. I'm straight gang banging, gangster to the bone. Insane in the brain, I'm so fucking low. I'll leave your brains hanging if you get too close. It's hard to maintain and I'm still taking hope. Now here I come and here I go with another nasty flow. Straight from New Mexico, here to let these bastards know. Hear the swarm about to blow with the gun and the scope. Hit you from far away, nigga, that's all you broke. Niggas try their hardest, but never will they stop me. I'm known to take it farthest, cause I got a lot of heart. G, homies know I am the hardest, cause I kill softly. Niggas like to talk shit, but I just cock and squeeze.
Break out the barricade, my hands up in the razor to get some mashing. My foot up on the gas and as I see the odds was passing, so I ducked down, proceeded to cut the flow, turned up the radio and put the band up to...
Gracias. Zapata, let me look at your tattoos.
All gangs, including the Burquenos, are identified by their tattoos. They display the Duke City symbol, the local area code 505, the Albuquerque skyline, and even the university basketball team logo. To identify gangsters, Dwayne has to stay up on the latest tats.
Yeah, what's the writing going down?
Es mejor morir de pie que vivir toda una vida arriado.
English? It's better to live on your feet than...
Die like a man, not like a coward.
Right. Okay. What's the P?
Padillas.
Padillas? Okay. The Padillas are reputed to be a violent drug gang on the streets of Albuquerque. What else you got, bro? I've heard of them, and now I've seen one. Burque on your back. Is that a family, a club, a gang, anything? Can you tell me what that means? No? Is that like a gang tag or no? No? What's that mean?
Even the Sereno and then the LA. The last one you got was the LA.
All gang territory where you from?
Want to talk?
No? Every gang has their own symbol and hand sign to show where they're from. No? Okay, got you, brother. They may blast their gang names, sport their gang tats, and wave their hand signs, but no one will talk.
All right, got you, brother. Okay. Nobody wants to talk to me. As soon as you ask, is that a gang, they cut you right off. They clam right up. There's surely a gangster code here that they're all living by.
Before you know it, we're beating on this guy, just stomping on him, and we hear gunshots. Boom, 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 boom. And they just shot me. And I see one of my friends, and I told him, Skina. So he came and he got me, and he picked me up, asked me if I... Every time I would go out of the house, he'd be like, "Hey man, did you just wake up?" And I'd be like, "No." He'd be like, "You know what? We should call you sleepy." So every time we come over here, it looks like you just barely woke up. Cause I had my hair all, all pillow head and stuff like that. So I smoked a joint a little bit. I think about it. I'm like, you know what? Sleepy it is. My uncle, my mother were all raised in the South Valley, Albuquerque, New Mexico. The picture on the left is my uncle. He's named after my grandpa, Richard Armijo. He's my grandparents' oldest son. He was actually murdered on the next block. They shot my uncle, and then I guess they thought that there was a witness in the house, so they went and shot his best friend in his sleep. You know, and my grandpa had to go out and identify him the next morning. Well, the South Valley in the 2000s, cocaine was popular then, so everybody had their little bag of rocks. Or it's kind of like a bakery, you know, kind of like cooking. They just compact it back, you know, with a little water, and put it in the freezer, and boom, it's back to a block. So.
Back in the day, was there like a connection like to Mexico and stuff, or was that all just shared?
Yeah, that's all back in the day stuff, you know. I really wasn't around for the direct part of it, you know, so I can't say I know a lot of the specifics. That's questions usually we don't ask, you know.
Ain't no love, all eyes on me when I play a roll up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. Hold up, ain't no love, all eyes on me when I play a roll up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up.
Got my sound turned up, blunt smoke out the window. Thug holiday, celebrate with my kinfolk. Hat down low, G leaning to the left side. Big wheels coasting, speeding to the west side. Strap on my lap, Z a queen riding shotgun. If we don't know you, roll up, catch a hot one. Cartel music, one love for the ghetto. Love my state, man, bleed red and yellow. Parking lot pimping with the trunk wide open. Tripping off switches, make the ride look broken. A day in the life of a Southwest hustler. OG status, no love for a buster. Down south wrecking, my boys living major. Ain't nothing moving if it ain't about paper. Baby, that's gangster. Hoes on the sideline, spend more money than you make in a lifetime.
Hold up, ain't no love, all eyes on me when I play a roll up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. Hold up, ain't no love, all eyes on me when I play a roll up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up.
Baby, turn up the gutter boy, back in the double one. Majors can't sign me, I'm downright troublesome. Play my position, always out muscle 'em. Little competition down here, out hustle 'em. Don't even holler if it ain't about business. Trying to squeeze dollars out of crooked ass bitches. Paper that's pimpin', got weight to work off. States all mine, why you fighting over turf, dog? Real politician, down with the cutthroats. Rolling around town with a pound of uncut dope. Blunt smoke purple, big drink, know that. Rooftop missing, call it a throwback. Hold up, slowed up when I roll up. My boys are heartless, y'all getting no love. Flip that, get back, I can dig that. Sell 100,000 out the trunk, we done did that.
Hold up, ain't no love, all eyes on me when I play a roll up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. Hold up, ain't no love, all eyes on me when I play a roll up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up. I'm riding around town with my shit turned up.
Album 14, certified hood classic. Catalog stacked up like borderline traffic. Now I'm laid back, getting paid off a track list. Gone ghetto gold, you ain't done double plastic. I was killing bars in 2000, it was checkmate. Multi-track vocals, dubbing on cassette tape. They wonder why I'm local. Do I sound local? Bitch, I only live here, my money come global. Sound scans illiterate, my out the trunk total. 3 records this year, make a hater go postal. Hater-proof flow, I done built an empire. Married to the game, G-code don't expire. My haters all dead to me, buried in a war zone. My name's in your mouth, dick all in your jawbone. Thrown already, don't need pharmaceutical. Piss, codeine, smoke weed at your funeral.
Hold up, ain't no